Good morning, Cougars. It's Mrs. Pacheco again. We are going to do a super cute drawing today. I wanted to do something a little bit silly, something that will make you smile. We're going to be creating a polar bear out of lots of different shapes. And today we're only going to be using a pencil. If you're drawing with a pencil first, Mrs. Pacheco is going to use a Sharpie. And then I'm going to use two colors, orange and blue. You guys can use crayons, colored pencils, or markers. We're going to start right in the upper half of your paper. My paper is portrait today, and we're going to be drawing a circle. This is going to be for our polar bear's head. So just take your time, use your pencil, go ahead and draw that circle in. Remember, I always tell you, if you need to um, keep up, you can always pause it and then restart the video. Now we're going to do the two rainbow shapes on the left and the right of the top of his head to make his ears. Then we're going to go inside and do two smaller rainbow shapes for the inside of our polar bear's ears. Very good. Next, we're going to go inside and we're going to draw two large circles for his eyes. We want this bear to be silly. We want this bear to make us smile. Inside the eyes, we are going to now add two smaller circles. Okay, so one there and one there. And then we're going to shade that in. I'm going to leave my little circle for the shine again. And you guys can decide how big you want your pupils to be. I'm just going to go around and try to clean them up there. Next, we're going to go below our eyes and we're going to add his next feature, which is a big polar bear nose. Add a little curved line. Then we're going to almost do like a curved letter V at the bottom, kind of rounded on the edges. Then I'm going to go inside and I'm going to do a little rainbow shape to leave a little shine. And then I'm going to shade in around that little shape, curved rainbow shape that I made. There you go. It's bringing him to life when we start adding all the shading and all the character to his little face. Next, we're going to drop down below, more towards the bottom, right to do his first two paws. Okay, we're going to leave that middle part empty. We're going to start by doing one rainbow shape up and over. We're doing lots of rainbow shapes today and lots of circles and lots of ovals. That is what's going to help us create this really cute character. Okay, so there's his first two paws. Now, these don't have to be the exact same size. You can see my right is a little bit bigger than my left, and that's perfect. We're going to start by going to the center and doing an oval. Then we're going to touch the side and do another oval to the right. These are just making the little toes on his paws. We're going to touch the left side of the circle and go around and do another oval. Then we're going to touch the bottom of our rainbows and bring it towards our ovals to complete the first paw. Now, exactly what we did on that paw, we're going to go to the right paw and do the same thing. Start with that oval in the center. Good job. There's his first toe. Touch that side and go out and do the oval to the right. Do the same thing, touch that side, do the oval to the left, and then touch the ends of your rainbow and bring them over to the ovals. Good job. Now, so that we don't have just a floating head and floating paws, we're going to add his big round body. We're going to go to where his cheek is. I'm going to go into where right above his toes. I'm going to do two little marks. And we're going to be drawing just like a pair of parentheses, a curved line to the left, and then we're going to do the same thing on the right. I'm going to mark by his cheek. I'm going to do the same on his foot, make a little mark, and then do the right side parentheses shape or curved line. We want a nice full body on our polar bear. It's going to keep him nice and cozy and warm. Now we're going to go back to drawing, you guessed it, more circles for his other two paws. So these are going to be a little bit smaller. There's one there. Leave some space. Our polar bear is going to be holding something in his paws. So one polar bear paw to the left and one to the right. Once you draw those circles, we're going to do the same thing that we did on his feet, just a little bit smaller. So we're going to do a little oval shape. Then we're going to touch the side on the top of that and go out and around to form the oval to the left. And then do the same thing, touch the side of the oval and go out and around to the right. Now we're going to mirror that on the left paw. So go ahead and do that oval. And then touch the side and do the next oval. And then touch the side. And there are all his toes on his paws. Now let's go ahead and draw what our polar bear is holding today. So we're going to do a line at an angle here, almost pointing towards his nose, and then we're going to bring it back towards his other paw. And you're going to pretend like there's a line right there, but it's behind. So once it comes to the edge, you're going to draw it out and around. It's another curved line. And then same thing there, behind, and then it pokes out right there. If you haven't guessed it, our polar bear is holding a little fish. So right now we're doing lots of little curved lines. Now we're going to go to the right side and do the opposite. Go out and curve that line there. Then we're going to touch the bottom and do a rainbow shape and connect those. Make sure you go to your fish and add a little eye. Just a little circle. Alright, so one thing we want is our polar bear to not be floating in midair in outer space. I say that all the time. So we're going to do something a little bit different. I've done icebergs with you guys before, but we're going to work on a little iceberg. So you're going to go out and around. I'm going to make it a little bit wavy and then bring it back to the other side of his body and try to keep it the same height. Then we're going to go to the left. We want to make it a little bit 3D. We're going to bring a straight line down. Go to the right to the end of the iceberg. Bring a straight line down. Try to keep them about the same thickness, the same length. And then we're going to copy this curved line, but just a little bit lower, and we're going to connect our straight line. So we're going to come down, up, copy that curved line, and connect it to the edge. Now for our horizon line today, I want to do it a little bit different. Instead of a straight line, our polar bear is going to be floating on the iceberg in the water. So let's make our horizon line with little waves. So go ahead and make that wavy water in the background. There you go. Now remember, you guys can get really detailed with this by adding land in the background, by adding things in the sky. You guys can get creative with your masterpiece. So Mrs. Pacheco decided I'm going to do my fish orange today. Now remember, I'm just using two colors and we're going to just color this in. But again, you guys can add more. You can add scales on your fish. You can add whatever you'd like. Maybe you want to add a shark fin in the water. That would be really cute. Now with our blue, all we're doing, just like when we draw snowman when we're together, we're going to do some blue because our polar bear is white and the iceberg is white to do some shading. So we're going to start by going to the bottom of his face and doing almost an upside down rainbow shape. Hopefully you guys can see this. And then I'm going to shade it in. It's just really light, and that's what helps give our creation some shape and some dimension is by adding in some shadows. We're going to go under his chin and do the same thing on his chest right there, and we'll shade it in, and you'll start to be able to see a little bit of the shading. There we go. Now we're going to go on the sides where his body touches his bottom paws, and we're going to do a little angled line and shade that in. Do it on the left side also. Go at an angle so it gets thicker at the bottom. Shade that in. Good job, guys. And then don't forget to go between his paws that are sitting on the ice and just shade in with some blue down there. All right, so let's shade that edge of the iceberg to really make it look 3D and stand out. So I'm just taking that same blue and going all the way across with it and shading it in. Look what that does, you guys. Excellent, excellent. Fill that in. It makes our ice look nice and thick. It's just floating along here. I'm just going to darken the right and the left of my iceberg. Again, you guys can do this with color crayons. You can do it with markers, whatever you have. You could even do it with paint. All right, there you go, my friends. It is our super cute polar bear. Again, share it on our social media so that Mrs. Pacheco can see your works of art. And I can't wait to see you guys next Tuesday. Love you. Bye.